So we're at the Flatwoods Trailhead, which is at the base of Falls Dam. Falls Dam is going to be this clay trail going off to the left here. Parking lot dead ends back this way. And this is the gravel road. If you follow this gravel road just in a straight line, it will connect you up. This goes in the north direction. It goes through the Dutch John parking lot and back up to the main roads that get you in from the El Dorado outpost. And we'll take a look at the map here, but it's kind of on the southernmost tip of the trails, and we're going to go down the gravel road here just a little bit and look for the right-hand turn to go to the Dickey Bell Trail. This is one of the harder trails. Starting from this trailhead, you will go in the up direction when you get to the main hill climb. So you're going to be going uphill, but it will eventually connect you back to the southern part of Rocky Mountain Loop and the Dutch John Trailhead. I gotta say, this might actually just jinx the trip, but this is one of the harder trails. It's not as bad as Daniel, but it is definitely one of the more difficult ones, so you're going to want lifts and good tires and all that good stuff. I've actually been on it twice before. First time, broke tie rods, had to do a sketchy trail repair and a sketchy three-point turn on a steep rocky hill. Only good part about that was I got a pretty awesome photo of three-wheeling with my back left tire hanging in the air. Went back a few years later and got revenge on it, made it up. But it's been probably 5 or 6 years since then, so who knows what the trail conditions are like today. We'll find out. So when you take that first right turn onto the Dickey Bell Trail, there's this nice section, very rutted out, a little bit steep, a little bit rocky, but as long as you generally follow the tracks, you're going to be okay. So you can see here how it looks kind of like a waterfall of rocks, a little bit off camber. It will kind of tilt you to the left if you're going downhill, so you got to look out for the wall of dirt and the roots. But it definitely is a little bit more advanced than anything else that you see on the regular trails like Wolf Den or Rocky Mountain Loop. So this little connector trail just goes from very close to the trailhead, cuts you down here. You'll see a sign that says 1-lane bridge. Gravel road goes to the right. You're going to want to turn left. You're going to look for this arrow that says go to the left, and that actually takes you to the main gravel road. And then once you get to that main gravel road, you can turn right to continue on with Dickey Bell.
The first several minutes of the Dickey Bell Trail is basically going to run parallel to the main gravel road with no real obstacles. The first landmark that you'll see is going to be a sharp right-hand turn that goes over a 1-lane bridge. I usually have to shift out of 4-wheel drive to be able to make the tight turn. There's still no real obstacles on the Dickey Bell Trail up until this point, but you will start to see a couple of switchbacks that will get you a little bit more off camber. It's nothing that's going to put you at risk of rolling or anything, but it will make you a little bit less comfortable if you're new to off-roading. Eventually you'll come to an intersection with a stop sign. To stay on the Dickey Bell Trail, continue straight across the gravel road. If you've had enough off-roading, you can turn left and that'll reconnect you to the main gravel road and exit the trail system.
about 10 minutes into the ride of Dickey Bell. It crosses over the gravel road a number of times, so you got to look for the trail marker 91. There's definitely some more off camber and some more rocks. But there are a couple openings where you can camp. You can see this opening right here. But we're just going to continue following up the trail, Trail 91 Dickey Bell. Just about 10 minutes into the Dickey Bell Trail, you get to this kind of sharp right turn around a big boulder. Got to put your left tires on the rocks here, try and keep yourself level. There's definitely some bigger rocks and bigger ruts. You can go to the right and it's more rocky. There is a line to the left. You go to the left of that big rock, but you still got some pretty big rock ledges that you got to get your tires on. And then you can cut back to the right. There's more rocks, or you can go to the left, which is less rocky, but it does get you off camber quite a bit. And now we're at the main hill climb. A lot of people pulled off to the side. This will take some time to get up. We'll have to hike it and try and see what the trail conditions are like. Word on the street, or word on the trail rather, is that it's pretty bad today, but we'll take a closer look. At the base of the hill climb is a little opening, but definitely on busy days like today, it can cause a backup of trucks all the way down the trail. We'll probably be here for a long while, but I'm gonna go ahead and hike the hill and let's take a look at the conditions. It does split off into two different trails. One that goes to the left, one that goes to the right. I think the right is supposed to be easier and left is supposed to be harder, but let's take a look. Definitely lots of rocks. Hard to tell exactly how steep this is, but this is a pretty steep grade. At least for the initial section, the left and right seem to be pretty comparable. So once you kind of get to the left and it curves back to the right, got to watch the line because you can see there's some rock ledges on the left here. Got to figure out the best way to get up. Definitely a big rock face here, but it looks like you should have decent traction as long as you line your tires up. If you take the line to the right, maybe a little bit easier, a little straighter. You will have to get up some slick rocks, rut it out here. You can see some people have started stacking rocks to get better traction. This is pretty deep on that rut. I've seen a lot of people take this line, stay on the rocks. To the left is the bypass. That's if you want to bypass the rest of the hill climb. And the right side of the trail got more rock ledges. Once you stay right, a lot of people take the line to the right, either trying to straddle the crevice. But you still got a lot of rocks to work through. line to the left.
You can actually straddle quite a bit here too.
Gets you pretty close to the wall. You'll have to ride your left tire up on the dirt. Once you get through this large hole, you can either go right, and some people try and take the hard line straight through the rocks.
That hill climb is by far the hardest part of the Dickey Bell Trail, but the remainder of the trail still will have a couple rocky sections. Usually they look like this, where one side maybe is a little more rocky and the other side is more of a bypass. The remainder of the trail still does have more obstacles than, say, Wolf Den or Slab Pile, so it is more difficult than the rest of the trails, but if you can make it up that hill climb, you should have no problem with the rest of the trail. And this was about the time that I caught up with the group from NOAS, the Nissan Off-Road Association of the Southeast. They were rolling deep with about 20 different vehicles in their line. Definitely slows you down when you get caught up behind a large group like this, but I was glad to be with my people. eventually reach another intersection with a gravel road and a stop sign. This is what I've been referring to as the main gravel road throughout this video, and if you turn right, it'll directly connect you to the Dutch John Trailhead. If you want to continue and finish the Dickey Bell Trail, just continue straight across the road. The remaining part of the trail is very simple with no real obstacles. It will go ahead and connect you to the southern half of Rocky Mountain Loop where you can turn left to go to Slab Pile, but I'm going to turn right and go to the Dutch John Trailhead.
Sticker's almost matched.
They were close to matching.
Yeah.
His is a lot nicer than mine. He looks familiar. Dylan. Yeah. I think I wheeled with you years ago at like an ECXC or a Frontier board.
Yeah, your Xterra Rob, right? Yeah, I was the one that messaged you that we were coming here.